Hi guys, it's Ethan Frank with Irish Dancing Magazine, and I'm here for a super special interview with Mackenzie Gross.
Hi!
She is our December cover star. So Mackenzie, start off by introducing yourself to everyone.
Sure, yeah. I'm Mackenzie. I am an Irish dancer for the Watt School of Irish Dance in Vancouver. And I compete in the senior ladies age category.
Awesome. So I'm going to start off with my first question for you, and then if you guys have any questions, just feel free to leave them in the comments, and we'll go through at the end and pick some questions to answer. So my first question for you is, how are you doing right now with balancing COVID and your life, including dance?
Yeah, so unfortunately, where I live in Vancouver, we're sort of back into a lockdown kind of situation. So I'm back dancing on Zoom, which obviously isn't ideal, but I have a little dance floor in my basement that I can kind of do Zoom classes on. Other than that, I'm just trying to keep as busy as possible. I'm in university, so spend a lot of my time sitting at this desk in my room doing my university work.
Awesome. So how does it feel to be the December IDM cover star?
Yeah, it's so exciting. I was really flattered. I kind of grew up reading the Irish Dance magazine, obviously, and always looking like through the pages, reading the cover girl interview, or cover star interview. So to be asked, it was such like a full circle moment, and I was really like amazed that they would even want to ask me to do it.
Well, you're perfect for the job, so we're so happy to have you as the cover star. So what has been one of your biggest accomplishments in your competitive career, and why is it so important to you?
Yeah, so I think the first time that I got 5th at the Worlds was my biggest accomplishment. Up until that point, I had never got a world medal before. I was always sort of like close, but I'd never quite done it yet. So that was always such a disappointment for me. So the World Championships itself was always kind of a competition. I was so nervous, and so I had like a disappointing feeling about the World Championships, and I kind of just always wanted this like weird goal that I'd set myself when I was little, was I wanted to be in the top 10. I was like, I can retire happy if I get into the top 10, and I'd just never even come close. So when they were announcing the placements at that World Championships in Glasgow, it was just like, I finally got the world medal and I was crying, and then they just kept not calling my number, and then I got the top 10 and I was like sobbing, and to just surpass that, and it was never even in my wildest dreams that I could come 5th, so I was just like sobbing. People outside, I was like hyperventilating, I was crying so much. People are like, are you okay?
That's so good. That's a special memory.
Yeah, it was really special. Yeah.
Okay, and then so kind of to contrast that, what has been a really difficult moment for you?
Yeah. So sort of in relation with that story, there was, I think, 3 World Championships I'd qualified before, and yeah, just not, I was close to a world medal, but not quite there. That was quite difficult. I mean, I think everyone in their dancing careers dealt with like disappointment and frustration and everything, so just that was disappointing. And then obviously I think this COVID year has been probably the biggest challenge that I think everyone as dancers has been forced to overcome. But yeah, the Worlds being cancelled this year was definitely difficult for me. You know, it was such a big build-up. I was happy with how I was dancing and everything, and then for it to be canceled, that was quite a little disappointing moment. But yeah, we're still here.
Yes, no, exactly. But like, that's amazing, and especially I think, you know, with your situation and kind of the build-up that you're talking about through your dancing career, it probably was such a letdown to see the World Championships canceled. but to see that you're still persevering and working through it is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, thanks.
So what tips and tricks have you been using during the pandemic to better your dancing when you don't necessarily have, you know, a giant studio space to be dancing in?
Yeah, so my biggest thing, I think when we first, because I've been sort of through 2 lockdowns, dancing on Zoom, I think the biggest thing was I kept trying to dance like how I normally would dance in a big studio, and I was just finding it really frustrating and difficult because I'm not able, like no one's able to dance the same way you want to. So I think this time I'm approaching it differently and trying to think of, you know, you don't have the space to move, so think of what you can control in a small space. So I'm really working on like different technique tricks, like crossing, turning out, and really just perfecting some moments in my dance where I'm like, okay, well, I don't have to move, but I can like really turn my feet out, really cross, like that kind of thing.
Awesome. Yes, that totally makes sense. So who are some of your biggest inspirations?
Yeah, I don't necessarily have like 1 or 2 like specific major inspirations. I mean, there's definitely a lot of people in my life at my dance school and my dance teachers that I really look up to, and I think they're really amazing. But I think the Irish dance community itself is just really loving and supportive. In the past few years, I've been really lucky and to just have made a lot of like really supportive friends in the Irish dancing community. So I think that's been like really inspiring, kind of knowing that there's people that are really nice and want you to do well. And then of course just seeing how everyone in the community has dealt with COVID and having to kind of rework how they're training. And I always really love seeing how every school is just overcoming it and doing their own thing.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Great. Okay, what are some of your goals or dreams that you're currently working towards?
Yeah, so I mean, I think the biggest thing is I just want to get back on stage. So competitions kind of unfortunately feel a little ways away from me right now. But just, I think in my age group, senior ladies, like it's really, really tough. Like there's amazing dancers in this age group. I used to, when I was younger, set sort of placement goals, but now I've moved towards sort of like what I can control. Yeah. And in that group, you can never, there's no way, like everyone's so good. You can't, like, if you make a goal, like a placement goal for yourself, the chances of being disappointed, like you can't control what the judges say, you can't control how anyone else dances. So I really just try and focus on making goals for myself. Like sets are always a challenge for me. I am more probably of a soft shoe dancer, so the set dances, like I've made a goal for myself through this COVID time that I really want to do a good set and really figure out how to get some tricky rhythm and do that. So me and my dance teacher Ashling have created a pretty cool tricky set, so hopefully eventually I get to do it on stage. But and that I just want to like really be able to nail that set. That's my biggest sort of goal right now.
Yes, totally. I love that. Okay, so what is your pre-competition routine?
Yeah, so it sort of changed through the years. I definitely went through like a really nervous kind of phase, and I didn't have one, but I've definitely, as I've gotten older, I've kind of stuck to the same one, and it seems to really work for me. I get up quite early. No matter what time I start, I like to give myself like a lot of time to get ready, so I'm not rushed. And I'll put on like a Netflix show in the background, something kind of silly like The Office or something, just to distract me, kind of keep it light as I'm doing my makeup and hair and everything. Try and eat a breakfast. I think probably like a lot of you guys out there, I struggle with like pre-competition nerves and like really having to eat a good breakfast. So try and force myself, but I probably should be better at doing that. And then whenever I get to the venue, I have a playlist on my phone of songs that really I only listen to for competition. They're kind of like really aggressive rap music, like rap songs, and I just turn it up all the way. And I found that those songs in particular, and as loud as they are, like I don't really hear my own thoughts necessarily. So I just listen to that really loud and then go through a nice slow warm up, and yeah, I'm good to go.
That's awesome. I love all of your own little personalized aspects to your routine. It's always so interesting to, you know, see someone who's so high up, how they, you know, prepare for such an important competition. What is your advice to dancers who are still stuck in quarantine just like you?
Yeah, so I think, yeah, the biggest shift I've noticed this time around was sort of changing my focus between of like trying to do everything you normally would, like I was saying before, to changing it like what you can control in a small space. So yeah, I'm again focusing on sort of like upper body and core control. And then just real foot placement technique stuff. If I would suggest as well, like maybe talking with your teachers, seeing if there's something that you could try and add in. Like I know for me as well, I'm working on getting some more twisty movements into my dancing, and it's kind of fun. Normally I don't have the time to really drill lots of technique stuff. Now I've got tons and tons of time, like we've got lots of time that we can kind of get some more tricky technique things in, some fancier footwork stuff. So try and keep it fun and yeah, like keep it still so that you still feel like you're challenging yourself to improve even in a small space. I think that's the biggest difference I've noticed this time around.
Yes, totally. That's amazing. And then, so what is your advice to those dancers who, for instance, are either competing at the Mid-America Oireachtas this week or the Southern Oireachtas next week, or any fashes coming up? What is your advice to them?
Yeah, so I think, first of all, good luck. That's just so exciting. I think the biggest thing that I've sort of taken away from this situation that we've been in, the pandemic, is how like lucky we are to be able to just dance in general. So I think if you are able to compete this weekend or coming up, just really truly feel how lucky you are that you're able to do it, and hopefully you're able to just be grateful for that and really like feel your love of dance rather than the pre-competition nerves, because not everyone gets to compete at an Oireachtas this year. Mine was unfortunately, I think, just canceled. So so yeah, just really like enjoy it, and hopefully, yeah, good luck. That's very exciting.
Awesome. And then is there anything else that you'd like to add? So if any of you guys have questions for Mackenzie, feel free to ask them in the comments. Yeah, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, just thanks for having me on here. It's very exciting. Yeah, good luck to anyone competing this weekend or just coming up. That's really exciting.
Yes, no, totally. And everyone needs to make sure to get their IDM subscription and check out the latest issue with Mackenzie as our cover star. Her interview in here is absolutely fabulous. So everyone should go and check it out. And thank you so much, Mackenzie.
Okay, thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.